For the second to last part of our assignment, there are several things to do. First of all, you're going to start off doing some in-class rendering exercises. And you look for those videos in Preparing for Class Week 11. And you just render along. Now, I've given you the templates for it. Something I want everyone to try is the method that you'll see for filling in your walls with pencil crayon shavings instead of the marker. That seems to be the place where people are having the most difficulty, is smoothing out their walls. They're kind of making random striking strikes at their wall, and it's getting a little distracting from what we really want to be looking at. So this is another option for you. And when you work in color, you can do this as well, because you'll want something soft on your walls, maybe not too striking, and one way to get that is using your pencil crayon. When you add the gray marker to it, it's a little bit of a cooler gray than the warmer gray of the pencil crayon, but that's okay. They worked well together, so not to worry. And you're going to be filling in the templates with what I'm going to be instructing you to do on the video. So the first one is marble, and you can label them underneath. Please do label them. So the first one is marble. The second one is granite. The third one is quartz. The fourth one is stainless steel. There are countertops that are just solid slabs of glass. And here you see you put this beautiful wavy line for your reflections. This is a side planes, so you just render them straight. And then there is slate. You start the next page. Well, the bottom. You can put slate on the bottom. I didn't do this one. So from glass, you'll go to slate. And then you have white ceramic tiles for a backsplash. And then these are stone, some sort of stone tiles. And here is dark wood. In the video it will announce what I'm doing, but I want you to write them down so that you know what you're doing too. At the end of this, probably you'll have the slate, and then you'll go on to the white ceramics tiles and the stone tiles and the dark wood. You're going to mount those pages up on a piece of cartridge paper when you're all done. I've used materials that are as close to yours as I can get them, but some of them are a little different. And I have a great, beautiful white pen that gives out a lot of ink, and so that's what I use. But you may need to use your gouache for some of these things. Where I've used the white pens, you may need to use your gouache. For some of your highlights, you can use your gouache. So you have to kind of improvise and think about what it is you're rendering, and then do your best with what you have. Now, the next stage is inking in your detailed line drawing. So remember to use your Pentel sign pen for your outer perimeters, your 0.5 or your 0.7. Now, some have a heavy hand, and the 0.7 is as dark as the Pentel sign pen, so that won't work, will it? So you need to switch to something lighter, maybe your 0.5 or even your 0.3 if you find you're getting pretty heavy lines with the 0.7, because we want a nice contrast between your outer lines with the Pentel sign pen and your thinner inner lines. Hatching should always be the thinnest of all your 1.1 pigment liner. And use only vertical strokes, no cross hatching, just keep it vertical. Otherwise it gets too dark. So you want to watch that. And make sure you keep using your ruler and use your French curves. And don't forget pattern and texture. And your title block lettering, you can outline that. Just outline it for now. And outline your figure the way you outline everything else, with thicker outside lines and thinner inside lines. Okay? And in terms of presentation, Mount your templates for part 1, as I mentioned before, on a large piece of cartridge paper. Just arrange them nicely. Put your full sheet of marker paper for your inking in. Leave it temporarily over your box form drawing. Don't take it off there yet. Just leave it in place. And then when you go to render it the following week, we will take it off and mount it separately on a nice clean sheet. Now I've made a mistake here. This part 3A, is worth 5 marks. So 5% of your final grade. I fixed it on Slate and then I forgot to fix it here. So just so you know, this is what this one is due. We're getting down to the end now. So this is worth 5 marks. And then the rendering is worth 5 marks as well. And then the evaluation sheet will take you through everything that you need to think about, keeping your perspective. Get your title block. Still, I'm seeing the title block fractured and putting all over the place. Keep it at the bottom and keep it together so that it reads nicely and doesn't draw too much attention to itself. Also, your descriptive phrase should be something descriptive of how you will feel when you enter the room, what impression the room will make on you, more than describing even a style of furniture or anything like that. It should talk about the atmosphere that you're wishing to create.